into Buxton, an area that always gets overwashed over the dune and stuff. And they built these dunes up pretty good after last year. I don't know if you watched my video from the storm damage from last year. They built those dunes up pretty good, but you can see it's pouring up underneath of those motels right now. And you can see the ocean through there. They've lost some pieces of the motel underneath. You can see it's been sand and water all on the road, and this is all from the ocean. This is all ocean water. What the highway looks between Buxton and Avon, and this is fresh water. This is rainwater here, so not quite as bad to drive through, but don't really have anything such as fresh standing water here, because obviously the ground's so salty that when we get standing water like this, even if it's fresh water, that ditch there, you can see it's flooded right up to the road. There's still a level of salt in the fresh water just because of all the salt we have in the ground and stuff here. So that's a little look at the rain we got. Keep on driving around. Alright, here we are in Avon now, and as you can see, we obviously got a little bit of standing water issue here. Again, this is all rain. This is an area that historically will do this when we've got a lot of rain after a hurricane and stuff like that. These canals or these ditches over here will fill up, and it just doesn't have anywhere to go to. So this last night during the rain, all of this would have been completely underwater. This whole highway here was several inches of rainwater. But you see that northbound lane over there, that northbound lane on the white line on the edge of the lane has probably got 5 or 6 inches of rainwater standing in it. You see I'm riding up the middle of the turning lane here to stay out of it. And if any of you have been to Avon, you'll recognize that this is the Food Lion Shopping Center. This is the light right here at the Food Lion Shopping Center. So, see the cars, they just drive right on through it, splash it up, they don't care. Of course, again, everybody just thinks, well, this is just fresh water, it's no big deal. But fresh water is only so fresh down here. Plus, drive through enough fresh water, it'll flood your vehicle out, so people don't consider that though. Alright, I'll just keep filming. Stop at this red light, obviously. We'll just keep filming right on through Avon here, because I'm pretty sure it's going to look like this for the next bit, because it usually does. Unfortunately, we're going to run out of turning lane here in a minute. We're going to have to drive in it, but we're good for a few minutes. Again, you can see those ditches over there. They're just completely full. Look at this car here splashing all up over top of its car. Here is completely across the highway. The ditches are full. There's a pond over here on the left through that subdivision, and that pond came over its banks last night. Just can only hold so much water, so it flooded its banks, and that's what some of this is obviously from, I'm sure, but the ditches can only hold so much here. That probably surprises you, being that this is is a sand island. How in the world can sand hold water? But it does. So it'll hold it. You get the idea, I guess. It's going to look like that for another couple of miles, so let's go ahead and cut this off. The people's front yards. This is along the ocean front here in Avon. These are all rental houses. People down here enjoying a week of vacation. Unfortunately, this is the weather they got during their week. But they're still got a week in paradise anyway, even with the bad weather. So, and I don't know if I've mentioned it in the other videos, but with the government shutdown, all of our beaches are closed. They're closed to vehicles. They're technically closed, but the Park Service isn't enforcing people not walking out on them, but you can't drive anywhere on the entire island. All the beaches are closed. All the Soundside accesses are closed. Like I said, people are getting over. They've closed all the ramps, closed some of the parking lots. People are getting onto the beach, but they're having to park on the sides of the road, parks on people's driveways and whatever to be able to walk out to it. But it's always something, it seems like, for us the last few falls, right here in what we call our shoulder season. This is usually a busy time of the year, and businesses get their last big shot of income before the winter time. And this will be 3 years in a row now that we've had something mess that up. Last 2 years it was storms, and then this year it's this whole government shutdown thing. So it just seems like sometimes you can't get a break. But there you go, a little bit of people's yards. Just a little look at what I was talking about. This parking lot right over here would normally be packed full of kiteboarders and windsurfers, especially this time of the year with the breeze like we've got going today. This place would be packed. You can see there are still a few kiteboarders out there that are parking on the side of the road up here and walking their stuff out, but it's nothing like it would normally be. Normally on a day like today, with this kind of wind, you'd see, gosh, probably 100 or 200 kiteboarders out here. There'd be kites all over, and it's nothing like that. So, just the way it goes, I reckon. Let's get a few up over here. So people are still getting out and enjoying the beach and enjoying their activities. It's just a whole lot harder now with all these areas shut down. Barricades up, chains up, ropes up. You can't get back to the lighthouse at all, any of that area back there. So it's just a mess. Anybody want to play some baseball? It's a Little League ball field here in Buxton. The little retention pond there is usually dry, or that retention area. Poor guy here. Underneath his house, his basement was all flooded. He had to pull everything out, get it out and dry it. One nice thing about living where we do is that even with a foot of water on the road and sand on the road and everything else, mail still gets through. So at least I got a magazine to read, movie to watch, and unfortunately bills to pay. Thank you, federal government. There's a big campground down there, a beach access ramp, and an airport. All of it's closed off, and you can't get to any of it. All right, now we're between Frisco and Hatteras, and this again would be all salt water. See over here, they've had to pile the sand back up. They had the dune breached. And the ocean came across onto the road. And this is a south-facing beach, and it was a northeast wind, so we don't normally get a lot of damage down on this end from a northeast wind, but I guess we did last couple of days. See a couple of breached areas there. All right, this is down in Hatteras Village, and you can see they had just as much rain down here. Ditches are all full, water across the road. I don't know if you can see that car down the road there driving through it like he doesn't care. Look at that water flying up. Roll my window up before he gets up here to me. Let's see, what's the license plate say? Ohio. Sorry if you're in Ohio, but some people come down here without any common sense whatsoever for how to drive in situations like that. So anyway, you can see ditches full, water standing on the road, parking lots full of water. Alright, here we are coming back out of Hatteras again. I forgot to do this on the way in. This water here is, well, it's not that it's really that deep, but it's a combination of being deep and so turbid, I guess. You don't have a clue. You can't see into this at all. This is just completely a guess right now where the road is. So, and yeah, that van coming to me, I don't think he's got a clue where he's going, because his side of the road's further over to his right than where he's driving. They're not giving me a whole lot of road right here. Ohio plates again. Yeah, they're well over the center line trying to drive and push me over into the ditch. And I wanted to show you this up here. It looks like they brought the excavator through and cleared some of this sand off the road this morning and tried to dig the ditch down a little bit to let some water drain off. And it looks like when they did, they must have damaged the phone line. That's the phone company they're working on. So I don't know if it's a phone line or the fiber optic line. It's a fiber optic line. That's a good part of the internet in the Hatteras Village, so I'm sure there's some people in there upset right now. But it could just be the phone line. Usually when you see that trailer out, it's fiber optic. So, all right, this is just about the end of this. I'm headed back home now. I might take a shot or two in the neighborhood, and then that'll be it. Hey guys, back in the neighborhood now. I know I've showed you a couple of times the guy across from me on the canal with the pipe running down out into the canal after we have a storm or something, pumping water off the road, and this is the reason why. This is the road on the other side of the canal from me, and this is what it looks like every time usually it's a flood from a storm, but of course this time it was all just rain. This is what it looks like over here when we get a lot of water on that road, and stay around for a couple of days like this. It's probably 4 or 5 inches of water right now on this road, maybe 6. So that's why the guy behind me pumps out into the canal, and he must not be home because that's his house there. I don't see any cars around, and he's not out, doesn't have his pump going, so yeah, he must not be home. But anyway, here's the road on the back side of me, what it looks like after a bunch of water. Alright, well that's going to be it. Get back to the house and get all this uploaded on the computer and edited and on the YouTube. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope your weather the last couple of days has been better than ours, and I'm sure this is all going to clear up, and hopefully the garden will be alright. And just wanted to show you a look around. Thanks for watching. God bless.